Hi friends, today's video is all about eyebrows. We are diving into the world of drawing on eyebrows from scratch, creating something from nothing. I live with the autoimmune disease alopecia, so all of my eyebrows have fallen out and they have never grown back for whatever reason, I don't know. But today we are going to take these brows and draw them on from scratch, and I'm going to show you step by step how I do that every single day. But we are missing a nail today, but we're jumping in full force. Let's get into it. If you are newer to my channel, I have alopecia, which means I have an autoimmune disease that causes my hair to fall out. So I have bald patches. Sometimes it grows back, sometimes it falls back out. It's the weirdest autoimmune disease, but here we are. So I've been drawing on my eyebrows for years and years now, and I have tried all of them, all of the products out there that are meant for your eyebrows. I have tried them all. I've been testing these on clients. I've been testing them on myself for so long. So today I'm featuring a couple of my favorite products. The first one being the Benefit Goof Proof Eyebrow Pencil. This one is amazing because it is a waterproof eyebrow pencil. It's got a really interesting kind of shape to it. If you can see, it's got like this kind of triangle shape. So I actually really like it because it makes drawing on my base shape for my eyebrow really easy. I kind of flip-flop between this guy and the Urban Decay Brow Blade. I use the shade Neutral Nana or Cool Cookie. This one is Cool Cookie. But this guy is also really great because it has one side as a eyebrow pencil. So you can make really precise little hair strokes with this one. So that's why I love it. It's also waterproof, so it's gonna last you all day long without smudging. But the coolest part about this product is that on the other side, you have a really fine tip little pen. So this one is great for making little hair-like strokes as well. And once it dries down, it is completely waterproof, so it does not budge on the skin. Okay, so I've talked about pencils so far. Let's get into pomades, because pomades are where the whole eyebrow comes together. So eyebrow pomades are my favorite to work with because they allow you to get in there with a really precise little eyebrow brush and draw on those hair-like strokes that are really realistic looking. They look like real hairs are on your face, even when they're not. I really love the Benefit Pomade. This is in the shade 4.5. It is a neutral deep brown. When I go for eyebrow products in general, I don't want anything that's too warm. I usually look for shades that have a bit more coolness to them. I just like to work with neutral colors. I feel like they look most natural. The other pomades that I love to use are from KVD Beauty. These are really great. Super waterproof, very long lasting. I like to use the shade Dark Brown. This is very similar to that Benefit color. Again, a little bit more neutral. I also really love to use the shade Graphite to go in and add a little bit more depth and dimension and add a few more hair-like strokes over top of the dark brown, but I'll show you here in a minute. If you have alopecia like me and you're interested in drawing on hair-like strokes, this one is my holy grail. I've been using this for literally years. This is maybe my 10th or 11th brush. This is the 7B brush from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This guy is just really thin and precise. You can kind of see here, and I'm able to put the brow brush at an angle and draw up the perfect hair-like strokes. The second brush that I've found is the most similar to that 7B brush is from Grande Cosmetics. This one came in an eyebrow set I got in PR from them, but it's really, really lovely. This is their eyebrow brush. There's no number on it, but it's very similar and almost a perfect dupe for the Anastasia brush. The biggest challenge with alopecia is getting these eyebrows to stay on all day long and last throughout the day. So I like to go in with my powder brush and just tap down the area of my eyebrow where I'm about to place product to make sure that there's no oil on the skin. Today I'm going to use my Goof Proof Brow Pencil just because this is my go-to. This is in the shade 2.5. It's kind of like a neutral brown color. It's a little bit of a softer color, and it's a little bit lighter than the bases I'm going to use to draw the hairs over. So this is just a really good base color to draw the initial shape of the eyebrow on and kind of give us a map, because with alopecia, I can't see my eyebrows. I don't see the shape. So I like to just create something to work with first. I'm just going to look down in my mirror and I'm just going to eyeball these on. I like to draw a really dramatic shape first, so it looks like I'm just making a kind of wide V shape here, starting almost parallel to my nostril. If I were to draw a line straight through my nose nostril, that's about where I want the eyebrow to start. For my arch, I aim to draw a line, a pretend line through the tip of my nose, through the center of my eyeball here, and that's where my arch is going to end up. I do these every single day, so I've got it down to a quick science. So to measure the tail of my brow, I'm going to draw a pretend line from the corner of my nose here, the end of my nose, up through the side of my eyeball, and that should be where the tail ends. Once we've drawn that initial shape on, I just like to fill them in a bit. I like to draw the similar shape right underneath the brow just to thicken it a little bit. But you can see how different that looks filling it in versus having just a thin line. For this little tutorial, I'm just gonna start with the KVD eyebrow pomade in the shade dark brown. I'm just gonna take a little bit on my brush here, the tiniest amount, truly not very much at all. And then I'm just gonna immediately close this up so that it stays nice and liquidy. We do not want that pomade to dry up. And I'm really wiping most of that product off of the brush. Now it's time for the hair-like strokes. I'm gonna look down into my mirror, but I like to start these right in the front and just draw the tiniest, faintest little hair-like strokes. This is gonna mimic hair, you know, the way our hair grows. So in the front, it sticks up a little bit more. And then in the middle and towards the end, it's gonna lay down flat like natural hair would. So you can already see it makes such a difference by having a little bit of dimension on there, some texture, but I really love the combo of the waterproof pencil underneath to keep it there. It's really waxy and waterproof. And then this pomade is also waterproof over top, so it's gonna last throughout the day. I'm just gonna continue to kind of go over the eyebrow here and fill in any sparse areas. After we have a bit more detail on the brow, I'm gonna take whatever's left over on that brush, and I'm just gonna draw a really nice, clean, smooth line underneath the brow to give it a bit more definition, and the same thing on the top. I'm going to define the tail a little bit more so that it looks a little bit sharper. So all that was done using the dark brown pomade. I'm gonna go in with graphite now, which is a deep black color. And again, I'm just taking the tiniest bit of product and putting it right onto the back of my hand. And I'm just picking up the tiniest bit on the same brush. And I'm gonna go through and add even a little bit more dimension. Okay, so just looking in the camera now, you can see the difference between just using the pencil on my left eyebrow versus using the pomade on my right eyebrow. This is seriously the best tip for getting realistic looking eyebrows. The last step I'm gonna do is take a little bit of concealer. I like to use the NARS Soft Matte Concealer. It's a really, really good long-lasting matte formula. Just taking whatever's left on the brush. And I'm gonna go underneath the eyebrow here to create a highlight, making the eyebrow look like it's popping off of the skin a bit more. So you can see how much brighter and clean that looks. I'm just gonna blend out the rest of that concealer. You could even use it as your eye primer on your eyelid. And whatever's left over, I'm just gonna run over top of that eyebrow for the same effect to give it more of a 3D look. Once we have the eyebrow on, I like to take a little bit of a waterproof powder. This is my MAC Studio Fix powder. Using my same powder brush, I just like to tap that over the eyebrow. This takes away any shine so that it looks really natural on the skin, and it's also gonna set it in place. This is also a really good tip if you ever go too dark on your eyebrows. You can take a little bit of powder foundation, just pat it over top, and it'll kind of dull down that color. Now that I'm looking crazy with one eyebrow on, I'm gonna finish this one and I'll be right back. Right, here are both eyebrows finished. Remember, they are sisters, not twins. So don't be too hard on yourself if you can't get them even. It definitely takes a lot of practice. And even mine, after so many years of practice, are never like exactly even. But once I have a full face of makeup on, they look pretty natural. And these will last all day. You can even set them with a long-lasting setting spray if you want. And then more powder if you're going swimming. I'm not kidding, these will literally last all day. Okay, that is this week's video. I had so much fun sitting down with you guys. I'm really excited. I'm gonna get back into more makeup tutorials and we're gonna fix this nail. All right, you guys, that is today's video. I hope you found this useful and hopefully helpful. If you're going through alopecia, girl, I'm right there with you. This is challenging and this is tough, but we're all in it together. So if you guys ever need love or support, reach out to me on Instagram and I will get back to you. I promise, I always do. As always, if you guys have any questions about alopecia, please leave them in the comments below. I love having discussions here on YouTube about alopecia, about hair loss, and definitely about makeup. So I'm an open book. Ask me anything. If you're curious, if you're wanting to know anything about the makeup or just alopecia in general, I got you. All right, that's it for me today. I love you guys and I will see you in the next video.